Beep. Alright. Alright, we're back. Let's see. Mic check on. Looks good. You hear me? I'm coming through to you. Let's see. That looks good. Alrighty. We're back. Alright, let's see. Let me rejiggle everything here. Welcome. Let's see. Anything else I might have missed something and something may have fallen through the cracks. Stream wise, I think we're good. Welcome, guys. Just trying to remember if I forgot anything, but I think I'm good. Let's see. Alrighty, let's get going then. Whoop, 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 whoop. It works better if I click to the right screen there. Let's see. Hi, guys. Hi, Star and Cookie. Welcome, guys. And everyone else who's coming in. Hope to have you guys come in too. Let's see though. Yeah, it's been a bit. Oh boy. Let's see. Well, I guess I could say my Thanksgiving was good. In America, we ate food with a family during around this time of year. So that was really good. It was a nice change of pace. Try not to think about my work too much during that time. But yeah, it was everything was delicious and I had fun. There we go. Let's see though. Hi Dakota. Welcome. Hello. Other order of business is that I would like to get this poll going for a future stream. Yeah, let's just do that right now. Beep. I got this all set up already. Maybe it exploded. Oh, wait, it takes a bit. That's right. But maybe. Greetings on December. Oh, there we go. Okay, it just takes a bit to initialize there. I was like, wait a minute, it just disappeared. I clicked the button, and then it just went away, and now it's okay. Okay. So what this is a poll. For would you like in a future stream, so after we finish this project, so this project is going to be completed, I got long arm, within like a couple streams, maybe one more after this one, maybe. So definitely in December, would you like to see, I'm going to say this wrong, who knows how many times, Passepartout. So it's a video game, but it's like a starving artist simulator. So just wondering, because there's a sale right now on Steam for half off, so you can get the Passepartout game off half off right now. So the sale ends tomorrow. So it's like, ooh, that's kind of close. So it's like, if no one's interested, then obviously I don't have to, kind of go in and purchase it. But if people are overwhelmingly positive with wanting me to do it, then I'll consider it then. And I don't have much time, so I might as well, if it gets a positive, then positive response, then I'll go ahead and get it. And then when we finish this project, then that'll be next up on the docket. So just saying that it'll take a bit in some sense, but yeah. I think the game's from 2017, so if you haven't got it yet, yes, now would be a perfect time. I'm definitely not sponsored by this. I'm not trying to say like go and get it. It's just like, oh, this is interesting for my own personal behalf. So there you go. Okay. As well as, let's see. Let's get the chat. Maybe we can unlock it and I can see if I could just play with this just to there you go. It's probably the best I can do with that. Sorry about that. Make that look a little bit less noisy there. I've also heard that there is a sequel to Passepartout, and that's in development. So it's like, well, should we get this one? And I guess it'd be good to get the first one in series to see how that starts out. But I don't think there's much story to it, so I don't think there's much. There is a story, but I don't think gameplay-wise it's important to know what happened, So, but yeah. says a video game. I'm just wondering if you guys are interested or not. So there you go. That'll be throughout the stream. I'll probably close it probably by the end of torture time. So make sure I get that going right now. So for everyone to have an equal chance to vote on that. So go ahead and vote. And at the end, we'll see how that goes. So, alrighty. Just want to get that business out of the way. I wanted some water in my throat. Here we go. Alrighty. Obviously, I can't recommend it. The game, because I don't have it. So, it's more like a weird, like, should I purchase it kind of a thing as well. So, yeah. I think full price it's like $10, so it's like half off. So that was like $5, so it's like it's not that much in the grand scheme of things, but it's like that would be a good time anyway to try it out. But yeah, we'll talk about that probably in more detail if it just comes up. So so it's very small and very simple. You are an artist and try to make rent. I've definitely seen some videos. I've seen some gameplay videos. I know the gist of it, but like I think like what you're doing from, you know, gameplay wise of minute to minute gameplay, you're not really thinking much about what, if you just focus on what the artwork that you're making at the moment, you know. It's not like, oh, these are, it starts to get like, oh, these are, you know, people who want certain pictures, but then it's like you're still making whatever, so you can still draw whatever you want. It's not like it's actually interpolating what you're doing, besides like some simple you know, are you using a purple brush, you know, with a gel pen or something, then that means something to increase the price or something. So stuff like that, it's probably the only things that's worried about. Let's go back into here. Let's go back into this other video game and see what we got here. So obviously when we get into there, once we get the poll figured out, then we can decide whether or not where to go from there. This is where we got so far with this animation that we got right now. So I can move the camera a little bit. Yeah, so the left side is what the camera, what the final picture will look like, and the right is this 3D interpretation of it. So that's why it's okay when this happens, is that her arm gets really long. That's okay. I did clean this up very moderately, very, very smallly. There's not much in terms of like, I did a whole bunch of stuff, as you can tell, it's not much different. I think I just kind of cleaned up the actual keyframes themselves. Like by going to keyframes, excuse me, mode here, to make that a little bit taller. So I need to see this mode. Derpy right, and then yeah, all these keyframes here. I think I just kind of set them up a little bit nicer. It's like, where are my cheeks? Upper face. Yeah, so I added like a very small like cheek here that then kind of warbles back and forth. Oh, I also added this eye up and down. Just very, very, you can see how small these kind of changes are, but it kind of goes up at the very end here. So I don't think that was there before, so I just kind of added that in. That's this little kind of like look up. Because I thought it'd be like she gets hit, she's not looking, gets hit by the boop, and the first instant gets to look at where you get booped, and then you're like, what? Hand? What's the hand connected to? Whoa. So that's as far as I got with that. Kind of a logic. So it's like, whoop, hip, up. So it just adds that tiny little bit more of animation to like have something else going on. That other view doesn't work. Let's see though. So we got that. Next shot you saw doesn't have animation, so let's get into here. Just jump right on in. So, I believe if I go to here, yeah. Let's go back to our original storyboard here to see what we got. So we got shot 1, bump, shot 2, bump, and then we got the 2 of them who will then, let's see. Here's gonna be pretty. We storyboarded them to be like sitting, but I think that's gonna be a little complex for right now. I'm also kind of scared because last time I did the derpy posing. Horses don't like sitting. I don't. Many people know that. So they can sit, but it just doesn't look comfy. So that's why they sleep standing up. So it's like they're not really meant to really be in a sitting pose. So that's what this pose was. So I just kind of left it in here though. But the important thing is that they're both going to boop their own noses. It's the next thing to do. So hopefully we'll maybe get this one animation going throughout the whole sequence of this shot here. And then we'll see if we can get the other one as well. But basically it's just like bump. They just boop their own noses. So there we go. That's the plan. Let's see though. Alrighty. So let's go in here. I think these are pretty... We could definitely play with them to have them be a little bit less static, you know? So let's play with here. Boop. I can't see what bone that is. Head. Rotate. Let's do X and just kind of move it a little bit, or not, X. Move her eyes, and I think the view target may not be the actual thing. There it is. So I move this around. There we go. So now I can kind of get this in a good position, and then let's see. If I move the pelvis down, it's at least, yeah, there we go. Can get us into a hips, some sort of a, that's the hips, okay. Maybe move her forward just a bit and kind of rotate her into a more, let's see. I'm working on the chat. Oh, I see what is happening. It's because yeah. So I was trying to hide the stream, the poll. So yeah, it's just it's the poll is literally overlaid the last couple things, so I can't exactly do that. Unless I have like a different way to display the chat, which I don't think at this point it's gonna be it's gonna be doable. So yeah, sorry about that. That's a little annoying. Yeah. Anyway, hi Marcus. Sorry. Hello Marcus, welcome. Cute 3D model. I did not make it. Let's say that. Probably a whole community of Pony 3D Source Filmmaker enthusiasts modeled, and then there's rigging, which is all this craziness, and then lots more. So yeah. Yeah, the chat's it's not quite working at the same time for all that. Oh well. Trying to play with all these to see. Try and get it to be at least a little bit less completely static. Have a pose here. And I think some of these can be moved a little bit. Let's kind of move. Let's kind of move it so it's a little bit better. That's gonna help. Kind of separate their legs to be a little bit more left elbow would be nice. Where is it? Maybe it's a bit too far. Let's kind of move it back in. Try to make it so it's less completely perfect. toe. Maybe not. That doesn't move. So I'll try to get the feel for this. Oop, that's the hip. Think body, think legs. That does that. Okay, cool. Knee. That's the knee. Okay, foot. Interesting. Yeah, I'm just learning to see, experimenting with these and see what all these do. Let's move the toe. Toe doesn't seem to like to move, but it probably just works with just rotating. So let's leave that flat, and let's grab the other foot and just kind of move it back. If that's what's gonna work. Seems to not be working too right. Maybe I have to like select it in the. Getting here. Oh, there we go. Trying to figure out what works, what moves, and what doesn't. The good thing is that we made a very simple story, so I don't have to like worry about all the craziness of I mean, it could have had like a story that had like Derpy, you know, doing like a whole bunch of different skateboard tricks or something, and be like, uh-oh, now she's gonna do a 760 half ollie, and it's like, uh-oh, I don't even know how to do that in real life. I think I could have a character pose like that. So this is very simple. So I'm glad that we got a good workaround with this. Hi Purple, welcome. Cool, thank you. You're cool too. Thank you for joining. Because I did kind of notice that the other Source Filmmaker guy, Agro Demon, is streaming at the same time as me over on Twitch, so that's fun. So glad you're watching me try to fumble around with this. Then someone who knows what they're doing, so appreciate that. Thank you. View target. Let's see. So let's move that a little bit over there. So I'd probably need to reference what happened in the last shot. So she's kind of, well, yeah, I forgot about her eyebrow there. Let's see. Is Star cool? Yep, you certainly are. I want to be able to do a lot of this without you, so thank you so much. I appreciate it. Let's go back in here. Actually, oh, you can just go back in time. Cool. Okay, that works. Let's do that then. Let's get the. Should we get the face first? I don't know. Nah, it's fine. Let's get the body then. I think. Oh, okay, cool. I was like, these weren't color coded before. Now they are. So I don't know. Let's have to kind of squeeze down a little bit. And then we move the elbows back up and forward. Move the right hand. And then the back hand. So it shouldn't go through the floor, but it looks like it is. That's cool. Okay. Well, that's not what I want. Knee moves that. Let's move the toe. Nope. Let's move the foot. Let's move the foot. Okay. Looks like it's clipping. See, like it's kind of going through the floor there. It's always an issue with 3D. I've always noticed that it's kind of hard to make sure you're aligned right on the floor. I think there's some shortcuts or easy ways to make sure that you're always on the floor, but it's like it's just hard. Position Z, select it. Maybe I need to do the toe. Needs to be somewhat up. So, well. I'll get their facial expressions probably later. Right now I'm just trying to get their bodies going here. Let's see here. Hello. Let me get my arm. Hello. Hi, Sasha. How we doing? Is it too personal? That's what you guys were doing on Thanksgiving? It probably is. But if you had a good time, let me know. Be not completely what's it when you dox yourself? Let's see. Okay, let's get going. This next thing is that we get the base. Happy with that. And then next thing is that we want to have them. How many frames is that? 105 to. It's probably like a half second or so. Maybe just like about 10 frames. Is that fast? Boop. You're like 155-ish. Let's do that. Let's see. So we'll have the arm go into the next pose, which will be booping their own noses. So at least this needs to go up here. Wonder where I am. Where's your body? Where's your legs? Where's your arm? This is the left arm? Okay. So I got these. I got these. Excuse me. Elbow needs to move. Needs to flip around, I think. And the collar. I guess it's like the shoulder. So I'm gonna have to get to the arm, the hoof, the hand. Basically just like needs to flip around. What do we got going on here? It's like it doesn't want to flip. It needs this kind of a pose. I need to flip the elbow around. So it's like this, but it seems to not like that. This may not work. We'll see. Let's get the collar. Wrong collar. Is this wrong collar? Okay. You need to rotate this, maybe? Let's see. Yeah, I'm definitely nearer Seattle. I just gotta stop on that. Nothing more than that, please. Let's see. Oof. This may not work. That's why I didn't want to play with trying to get their trying to get them to sit, because it's like it's just trying to figure out which which of these is gonna work. I want left collar. Okay, so it's very finicky of what works. Hand, let's get it up. Let's get it up to her. Up to here. Okay. Okay. And let's maybe rotate it along here. And let's get the collar. This is why it's gonna take a bit. It's just like trying to get this pose here is not. It's very specific, you know. Trying to get this going here. Okay. At least we're figured out the rotating bit here. Collar position needs to move so they can move the. If I select all of it, okay. At least I can do that. Ugh. So I just need to move the collar, shoulder, Up and over. Oh. She's eating her hand. Good. Okay. Good. Let's get the hand. Maybe we need to move collar over just a bit more. Maybe we need to rotate it. See, I'll just like, oh, you just kind of move it just barely, and it's like, let's freak out just a little bit too much. I think it's, yeah, look how it's kind of already gone past it. See if I can. Ooh, look at that. Ooh, that's gross. Ugh. Oh, no. Yeah. So, let's see. Elbow. And oh, it's just the color that doesn't have a. And let's get it to 0 or default maybe. And let's just kind of put it back into place. It's also in a weird position. Let's see. Yeah, this is why it's gonna take a bit to do all this. It's because it's like board's just trying to fight with this now more than anything, really. Scrabble, just like how you think this would be easy. That's the fun part. Is like just doing the facial stuff with the facial expressions. You know, just as sliders, and just like, okay, yeah, if I want it to be jaw open, it's, you know, 0 to 100% jaw open, shape tween. Trying to do stuff like this is like, why is there no shape tween helping me here? You know, it's like, let me just rotate this around until something, I guess, looks okay. Bruv. This is why it takes a bit to, still not even on her nose. That's the sad part. I want. That's so specific. And then I can't really change it too much. Let's see, so I need to move it back. Nope, on and on the X. There you go. So get that. Is that good? It's like something else. I can see without all the clutter. You can see how much clutter is. Little bones. Okay, well, you need to. I think one of the main problems of, okay, let's say diagnosis. Let me get some water and I can diagnose what's going on here. Okay, so I think it's because from back here you see your arm and it's folded this way down, but what I want is for have it to be basically flip all the way around and then wrap onto itself, and so that's why it's kind of not happy. So there's no way to not do that the way that I want it to bend, though. Let's see. It's more of a trying to figure this out as a puzzle now. Let's get the color again. Move it. And let's just kind of shimmy this back into place. I just need to rotate it. Yeah. Maybe I need to, instead of having it fold. This is why we from 2D, just draw it out. Trying to do this with 3D may not work, or it may need extra keys to maybe blend into this pose better, like an intermediate frame or a keyframe that can kind of get it to like halfway between this, and then for the second half just kind of cheat it. It's all very, very tricky to figure this out. May need to, instead of... I need to just start over, because I think... No. The way that these arms bend is that... Let's see. Okay, I need to draw it out. Okay, so... Oop. So what's happening is that obviously there's this got that, and you got the arm, which has these bones inside of it, and kind of work like that. So you have the shoulder, elbow, and hand / toe. And the problem is that this is, 3D. So you got all this extra information here. And so for it to, and the same thing too, I'm gonna follow these other legs, and then the head up here somewhere. So the problem is that the way that this is gonna work is for it to rotate backwards is the problem for what I want it to do, because there's that, and then somehow it needs to bend this way and then get back here. So from here to here, I thought this would make sense. It's one of the main problems here, because this is 3D. Intermediately, it's actually interpolating what I did as this kind of like freaking, that's always like the problem with 3D that in my experience, I've had these kind of issues happen more than you'd think, of just having, it's like shape keys and this is Flash, or if you have like a very simple shape. Let's simplify it into very, very simple shapes there. And then if I want it to be a square, it's going to have a different amount of points. And if I say shape tween, it's just gonna off into an unpredictable mess in the middle. And so that's one of the main issues, is that it's leaving a computer to figure it out is not always gonna work. But so there's always the solution of just like, why don't you just, then just make what you have here, and then instead have a keyframe. I can't see it. Where then it's kind of like this other shape, and then you womped a bit closer as you go. Oh, this is getting worse. Into what was it? Some kind of... Yeah. So just trying to interpolate. You get some freaky results like this, though. That's, if that's what you want, you get stuff like this. But if you want it to actually work, it's like it has to, with this leg, to get from here to here is actually more difficult than it seems. Because in the show, with the 2D characters in the show, they're able to draw this as a pose, and then draw this as a pose, and then their intermediate frame would be something, so you have straight down, and then you have the going up kind of shape here. So the intermediate frame might be something where it's just kind of like just bending up like this, and then as it goes up, it's actually getting more and more bent up, upwards. So it actually gets into more of a this, and then it'll start to then kind of go into more like that pose, and then, you know, I think this is probably too complex of a shape for it to just do in 3D, so that's why it's kind of weird. This pose might be a little bit more going upwards like that. So it's kind of bending to the right, and then it bends the opposite way, where now it's going to the left, and then it goes back downward instead. So I think that's one of the main issues, is that it's trying to do shape tweening with the frames that I had. So now it's, but that's probably like this intermediate frame, but I'm not sure if I want to make this. I'm not sure if the one that I have, if I make this one just blindly and say, hey, here's my intermediate frame, can it, I'm not sure if it can get from here to here cleanly, and that's going to be an issue. So I might have to actually plan this out a little bit further than I expected to be able to do this. Cursing at these, just for continuity's sake. Okay. So let's see. Poof. Yeah, this is gonna be tricky. Huh. Let's see. I'm just scared that some of the intermediate frames might not work, and especially the way that this is just interpolating on its own is not the best. So it's kind of poof. So let's see. Let's take this and let's get rid of it, and let's get the left. Oop, just give me the left arm, and then somewhere in here, beep. All different pieces here. It's also kind of not a good starting position either. Look at that. That seems to be a little bit too wonky. So maybe I actually want to make sure that this on its own looks good too. So this is weird problem solving to try and get this to this to look a little better. There you go. Okay, I may have not got the right position for all these. So I thought I'm selecting these, but it's like not actually. I was actually not selecting it. That was weird. Also, just not knowing much about Source Filmmaker itself is not helping. Is hindering me here. So I'm like, let's move the pelvis up a little bit. Just kind of straighten her back out, which does destroy somebody's poses here, but if it means slightly better animation later, then I think, just for the sake of some extra poses, I think it's gonna be okay. It seems like only the front legs seem to have the IK or FK. So that's weird. Yeah. Yeah, just not knowing how these legs work and trying to finagle it until something looks right is like seems to be very tricky. Something I didn't expect to be an issue is now becoming my whole purpose now, is to try and make this work. see. Let's get the... Let's get that. And then let's move the color. Shoulder up. Wrong one. Shoulder up. And let's get the hand for that. Is that moving it? Okay. Cool. He's just trying to reset it into a nicer position. Would be nice here, you know? Okay. Sure. From this perspective, it looks like it's floating, so maybe it is. Okay. Because I didn't see a shadow. But very light shadow, if anything. Okay. So what I'm going to do is say good for now. I can clean this up maybe later. And just work on it later. So I'm going to select all these over here. And may just need to one by one frame it, keyframe it, one frame at a time. Maybe do it on 2s or something. Let's try that. 1, 2. And then see how would I do it? I kinda do it the same way that I kinda explained it with the 2D version, which is kinda like let's kind of rotate forward a little bit. But the hand is backwards. Hand's gonna stay. Nope. 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 Added too many keyframes here. Let's move this back. Can't see if all the giant gizmo is also kind of getting me. These test floor pictures actually work pretty well to help me align what's going on here. Okay, so I'm gonna go forward a couple, 2 frames there, and let's move this down. Actually, let's move this back inward a little bit. I had to individually go back in and clean all these. Yeah, these are all these curves are horrible. Oh man. Oof. It's possible I just want it to be. It's kind of like that. Let's try to get that curve. That does not work as expected. Cool. Okay. What if I rotate this and then I bring so ripple down, and then now we're gonna grab this elbow. Can you move it upwards? I want like a middly control right about there, but I guess that's sort of the hand, but I guess... Oh, this IK is also not doing wonders for me. You know what? I think the Blender version that we tried that time might actually be a little better than all this. Maybe the best animation-friendly version of this, you know? Beep, 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 beep. Space just needs to go up. At least it was just a little bit easier to get poses that look like the show, you know? Maybe that's why. Somehow it was like configured a little bit easier to get that to work. Beep, 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 beep. Snout, a hand, position. Let's get it up to like midway here. There we go. Beep, beep. See, like this in between now is messed up. Even if pose here and pose here look okay, it's just the interpolation. It's what it's trying to, the computer in Source Maker is trying to figure out what I'm doing here, and it's like, what? I don't understand. So from here to for this one, it's like, how about no? Bop. Beep, 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 beep. Might have to just set this on to like still frames or something, because it's not gonna interpolate it right. So the in-betweens, if it's not gonna figure out what the in-betweens I want are, I might have to like make them still. So, oh well. And just do it on the ones, baby. Buh. Hello. Hi, Buttercup. Welcome. Excuse me. Good to see ya. Okay. I'm trying to get this going. Boop, 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 boop. Okay. We need the front view to see where we need to be. We need to be here. Okay. Okay. Let's see, like the elbow now breaks, unless. Yeah. I need the elbow to go down. I don't think I can unless I make the rotate the hand. What was this? This was here. So now we're slowly beep 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 beep. It's hard. It's like it's hard to scroll through this and go like, wait, that doesn't look good. And it's like, oh, it's one of the in between frames. So it's like, oh well, okay then. You know, carry on. Mm-hmm. Beep, 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 beep. So we'll just go a little bit more. Position, move it down. And see, why is it still over there? Now that I said it to be over here. I want it to be closer over here, but see, this is like, I'm just moving it, and it's like the elbow is not happy. Beep, beep. And I can't get a top view without doing all this sort of stuff here. And then I see, yeah, I need to move the collar shoulder back over here. So it's here. Beep, 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 beep. Trying to keep it in the same orientation here, so instead of going over there, we go over here, and we kind of punch it out a little bit further. But in doing a process of doing that, you see like the elbow rotated itself around. Does this work? Why would it not? Why would it work? It's all about position. It's how the elbow works instead of the rotation. So like stuff that you think should work don't, and the stuff that's sort of you think might not work actually do, and it's like, I don't know how 3D spaces it is anymore. It needs to go the opposite. I think, yeah, that's what we learned in the, sorry, in the Blender version, is that I think send it to the opposite angle works better. So maybe it's just like sending the elbow correctly. So that sort of worked. So maybe if I have this like downward or something, that might actually do something. I don't know. It's doing something. And just kind of coordinate it with the arm here. This may work. Oof. Yeah, look at that arm. Okay. So it's more based on where the elbow is. It's what's creating the rotating correctness. So like the elbow control here is going to dictate which angle it is. This is crazy. Ugh. Good morning. Hello. Oh, this is something fun to look at in the morning for you. Okay, and then it goes up. Okay, it's not too close to her nose here. Let's get it forward, and let's get it there, and let's get it forward and up. And we need to move the collar forward a little bit. Elbow now needs to rotate it correctly. Orientation. Okay, well we got that. And somewhere in here that's kind of breaking up. Blah, 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 blah. So right about here. Let's have it be. And let's rotate it. It just needs to be downward maybe. And then rotating there doesn't work. But positioning does. And I think this needs to be up and over. Alright. Like that, like that, like that. Okay. Okay. And then color's then gonna be the one to actually move it upward. And then rotate it up. Okay. It also seems like it's over there now. So just kind of pop it into there. That rotating position. Which is over there. And then the hand needs to go up and outward a little bit and up and then over here and then up and then nope, that's wrong. Let's move it over and then we need to rotate the whole arm, which isn't exactly set up right. Hand position and then move it back and up. And we'll just have to move her head downward to maybe make this work. Because I run out of options for this. Bluff. Right. Oof. I can move it faster. Moving this one frame forward a little bit. And this one, bump. What's slow? It's slow. Slow here. Let me select these two markers. Beep. Bump. Beep, 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 beep. Oh. Well, that's not good. I need to move these back. Because now I was only moving the timing for one object instead of everything here. And just kind of move this in. Beep, 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 beep. Beep, beep. So you get to see, oh, it's like that. Here's a hand, 160, 167. Beep, collar. Beep, beep. Okay. Bonf, bonf, bonf. Okay, well, we have something, and in the world of animation and stuff, you know, having something's actually better than nothing, because then we can go in and clean this up, you know. Because before we were like just trying to figure this out and just didn't have anything, so I think being able to have something like this is actually more worthwhile to be able to now work with this and see what we can do here. So we got is somehow from here to here, which may just be the elbow being the most deciding factor of whether this looks good or not. Where to go? Available position. Where's the gizmo? Gizmo's way over here. I apparently cannot move it. Let's move it a little closer. Bonf. It's kind of lagging on my end. I don't know about you guys. Okay. Well, we got that. We're just about on time, which is the sad part. And all I got was to show us this. And I feel like this is not the best work I've done. So sorry about that. Right there, Pichu. Sorry to let your name not go to not doing so well here. Let's see. So what would I have to do? I just kind of gotta go through every frame now and see what could be done. So let's see. Does that look good? Hi Elijah. Let's see. Profile picture looks like, well, it looks like a human. Oh, that's good. For your, you know, as long as you're comfortable with that, you know, if it's you. It's kind of low res to know exactly what kind of person you are, you know. Beep. Still so awkward. Kind of want to get rid of this keyframe. I think it's necessary to still have this and this. This is where it kind of gets a little off. Starting. Let's move the hand down a little bit. Let's go outward. Oop, okay. Color. I've been playing with just the. Yeah, I think maybe. I can't tell. Beep and beep beep beep. Ugh. This is where it's now freaking out. Let's gonna move this down and rotate it out. Let's gonna move it back and rotate it a little bit nicer. Oh, what happened to the collar? Let's move that down. So it should be a small change. And then... Ugh. So now it's being lifted up. Rotate. So it should feel like the shoulder is lifting the arm rather than the hand lifting. So that's good. And then let's say that around. A bit less. Beep beep. Beep beep beep. Make it flat. Let's make the elbow like that. I think my curves and arcs aren't doing well, unfortunately. See this kind of arc with these little green dot paths. You can see like how it's not too evenly spaced here. So at least we get boop. And it's a little better. It's definitely less twisty. So that's good. So maybe during the in the meantime I'll figure out what else is wrong. So oh man. Well, let's watch it with the rest of the context to see if that's funny or not. Let's see. Bounce. Bounce. Boop. And then bounce. So in the context, they're both going to, in the final shot, they're both going to boop each other, boop their own noses. So, yeah, well, let's see. And I guess Dakota too. I think that's you got the same kind of human profile picture, which obviously it's not bad, but I guess it is, you know. It's more easy for someone to then kind of go like, ooh, here's a face and a name and a profile and all this, and then face match it to any other picture and then find out more about you. So it's just like an easier, yeah, it's a gateway to get information stolen. So it's like, ooh, I don't know about that. So yeah, that's like the only kind of like, ooh, little caveat with that. That's like, you know. So, yeah. Well, glad we got that sort of going. Obviously we'll need a lot more to finish this up. So maybe, what should we do? Because we only got that far. So maybe, maybe next time we'll animate the rest of this Derpy on the left, and then maybe we will just call that good after that, and then just pretend that I also off stream. It'll be basically the same thing where I can just copy and paste maybe the same animation assets, keyframes, and just put it onto this Derpy, and then just kind of edit it a little bit. So I don't know if by that time whether that'll be a stream, but looks like we're going to have another stream working on this anyway. So, you guys went out with more content. So, there you go. Alrighty. Yeah, let's go to, in-card. Yeah, so the poll. Let's check that. Looks like it is, yeah. 14 votes. Ooh, thank you. Thank you so much. So I see it, and it says yes, 79%, and no, 21%. So it is majority. I'll take that. If you haven't voted yet, or just coming in, or I can explain it. Passport 2 is a video game, where you kind of start out in like the streets, and you start painting, and then people come up and say, "Hey, I want to buy your painting." You know, and you like work your ways up from there, and it's like, ooh, you get bigger and better studios and higher wages and more rent. So it'd be fun to like, it's pretty open-ended. with what you can draw. Obviously, there's not much incentive or much like boxing in of draw a giraffe. It doesn't give you prompts as much as the little like characters are like, oh, I like this, but only if it had brighter colors or something. And it's like, okay. So to give you like weird hints of like what they probably want, but it's pretty open-ended of what you can draw. So I think that'd be a fun little diversion, especially after all this craziness of trying to get this to work. But I think what I just ran into today was some somewhat limitations of the model. So it's also my fault to, you know, in the sense as like, I don't know what I'm doing. It's just trying to make something sort of work with the trying to bend their legs, but also trying to look good is sometimes doesn't work. So yeah. Okay, thank you, Dakota, if you're leaving. Thank you. I appreciate it. It's like kind of close to pull. Does anyone still need time to think about it? Otherwise I'll close it in a minute. Let me drink some water. I think that's pretty majority, so thank you guys. Alrighty. Ooh, that's right. Is it Nye? It was, you spelled it N-IYE, so that's Nye. Is that right? I'll close the poll now. Beep. Boop boop boop. Thank you so much. Let's see. Oh yeah, you got me if you wanted to. That was a shout out. Sorry for you. I guess I just say everyone's name, so that's not a. You're just as equally shout out as everyone else, so I don't think that's makes you just part of the crowd then. That's special. Let's see. So there we go. Okay, 78 to 21. There's 14. How many people said no? I guess the people who are still here and said no, would you like to give me a brief, like, why not? Because I'd like to actually hear what you guys say about that, so I can, when I do it, I can try and avoid whatever you're thinking. Or if you had a different, do you have an alternative for something you'd like to see instead? Like, ooh, don't do video game or Passport 2 or whatever. Do this. Let me know. Yeah. Star's right. I have actually something else I wanted to show. I have a bunch of stuff piled up back here. Some backlog stuff I wanted to show off on here just to get this going. I want to do a completely different side tangent, so let me know when you guys are ready for that. And I will... Well, I gotta open it, so I'm just trying to buy myself time trying to open this up and set this up on my end. So don't you worry. Let's see. Boop, boop, boop. Okay. So I got this. I have to resize it. There we go. Almost there. And then close some other stuff to my... Should probably close Filmmaker. Just so I can get that going. Okay, so I think it's gonna show that. It's gonna show the chat, but I'll just kind of quickly. I'll just hide it. Okay, so I'm going to show my old 2007 animation, my 3ds Max animation. So be aware of that. Beep beep. There we go. I think that's good. Trying to resize it as quickly in here. I think that's probably good. Okay. Oh, the chat. Beep. I got rid of the chat. Okay, sorry. I was trying to quickly close a bunch of stuff. Okay, there we go. Want to show you this. This is from. So over Thanksgiving, I I had a very good idea. I had an inkling that my grandparents have on their hard drive. They must have saved some of my old work and stuff. It's like, oh, I want to, wanted to share my old stuff. And then, as grandparents, they want to save all of my old artwork and family memories and stuff. So it's like, ooh, I thought, like, wouldn't they have some of my old stuff that maybe I don't have? So I was like, ooh. So I kind of secretly, went into their computer room, just kind of, looked up, and they were already signed in. So I was like, okay, that made that easy. So I just kind of softly just kind of hacked into their file explorer and just like looked through all their documents. And I found a 3ds Max folder of all things. They don't have 3ds Max on their software on the computer, but they have a folder for it for all these weird assets in it. So I was like, hey, look, here's my old 2007 3ds Max my hairball test animation of all things. So I just found this as a video of just like, okay, here we go. Hi, cartoons. Because now you can watch this and look at it. Oh, look at it. Oh, there's my desktop. Sorry. That is an issue. Yeah, I could just make it this size, and then I'll just resize the screen again. Hate when it like replays and it changes the size of the display thing. That's horrible. Anyway, there we go. Now it's actual size with pixel quality. It's much smaller now. I zoomed in. So yeah, there's not much obviously to it, but if we pause it, this was a test to see, because I was very proud of like how I can simulate hair, and it's just like not even moving the hair at all in this animation. But you can see like a very default purple ball with some weird hair on it. So there you go. I don't know if that's interesting. Let me find the other one though. Might have to hide this one. I guess it's fine. Let's just open up the slightly better animation. Beep. I think it's actually gonna, yeah, it's gonna play the other one. So hang on, I had to close it. VLC media browser is not doing so good. There you go. Okay, perfect. So this is Dominoes. Obviously these are like 10 frames. But you can see like, look, I did, look, Mom, I did 3D animation when I was like 13. Haha. And look at me today. I'm still trying to figure out and learn different softwares and trying to figure it out. So obviously today's not the best example of what I can do. But when I know what I'm doing with it, it's pretty fun. So yeah, this is one of my, it's definitely not my first animation. It's weird because I don't actually remember making this, is the weird part. I definitely know I probably made it. I'm actually doubting. I remember the hairball more than this is the weird part. So it's possible that this can't be the default thing, right? But it actually breaks like the texture actually breaks halfway through, I think. Or it's just like something isn't quite right. But it's kind of rendering. Yeah, you can see like this shape here, like the side of it. It's like in the next frame it kind of disappears, I guess. It's I don't know. Like it lost its depth. I don't know. So yeah. Unfortunately, this was as much as I could find. There was like one more file, but it was like basically just an export of like a material. So it's like in all these 3D softwares, you get you have a mesh, and then you have a texture. So there's like the texture is this pattern, and the colors that are being defined and stretched onto the mesh, the 3D object itself. So you're able to have a whole bunch of different images and colors and fancy shaders and stuff that define what the material, what the model will look like. So I apparently had like an extra picture that was just basically just a ball. I think it was green or something. And I was like, this is so not interesting enough to show off as a little show and tell. So, oh well. Hope you don't mind that I didn't bring that with me along with me. So, yeah. So, yeah, that's as much as I was able to find. There was more. I came in thinking that I was going to find some other different files, but apparently I couldn't find it. I looked on, they have a computer and a laptop, so I was able to look at both of them, and apparently I couldn't find it. It was weird. But I found these ones that I don't even remember, so there you go. The ones I can't find are a lot of my schoolwork ones and like DigiPen summer camp ones, and I think some personal schoolwork, junior high, high school stuff. I had a final for German class in junior high where I talked about this, where like it was really rough animation. Much more rough than what we did today. Imagine that, but worse. Where yeah, I already explained it over time. And there was another one where for summer camp with DigiPen, which is associated with Steam and Valve and all that. So that was fun to be in their office. And yeah, we played with, I think it was 3ds Max. So I was like, I'm comfortable with this. Let's try this out. Learn some more about it. And I did a pretty good well, all things considered, I was pretty proud of it at the time. 3D animation, where it was the monkey magnet on the refrigerator. Yeah. So that was fun. That was my my early days. So maybe I'll stick with 2D maybe moving forward, but I do like mixing in 3D stuff every once in a while. In my Paper Derpy movie, segue into that, I'm working really hard to get the 3D environment modeled and textured. So plan is hopefully, maybe milestone is to try and get that all done in a pretty good position by the end of the week. I've been working on this 3D environment for like the last month and a half or so. So it'd be nice to get that done so that I can then focus on the 2D animation work. So I've just been so focused on trying to get the 3D environment and just put a whole bunch of, it's a new environment. That means like completely an entire island's worth of new assets. So it's a lot of time to make each individual asset, like a crate. I made like yesterday, took like a half hour to, it was basically just a cube. So that was like the simplest to model. And then drawing in 2D a texture of what the box kind of bunch of wood blocks, trying to put it together and assemble it in. So they only get more complicated from there. Some I haven't even got to yet. So there's still a lot of stuff to work on that, but we'll see. I posted a Patreon post on Sunday to show a little progress on that. So if you want to see some behind the scenes and get some exclusive content, and help me get lunch every day, be able to eat all that, and be able to get Password 2 to be able to buy all this weird stuff. Support me on Patreon. Link is in the description. Go down. Whoop, 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 whoop. Go down there. Go down in the description, and there's a link to the Patreon. I should make sure. Double check. For you guys, I send you all, guys. Yes, it's actually the first link in the third paragraph there. Patreon, Discord, Twitter, David Art, Let's Play channel, and Redbubble. If you haven't yet, check out all of those. There's a really fun links for all that. Probably also should put my... Should I put my portfolio website on there too? I think it's just basically YoshiGreenwater.com. I linked it on my Twitter. So if you check my Twitter and then my bio, there's a YoshiGreenwater.com, which is my portfolio site, where I talk about all my hundreds of other projects I've done over the years. Yeah. Alrighty. Now that I've self-promoted myself to heck here, let's check out Elijah and see what you got there. Yeah, dude, that Star was gonna take care of it, so I wasn't trying not to butt in there too hard. Let's see. Should I change it back to the dominoes? Should I change that back to the slideshow? Is this too mesmerizing for you? Should I keep it on? This will be the only time you'll be able to see it, so I guess I can keep it up. Okay, see if anything happened here. Boom, 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 boom. Reading your stuff. How you guys doing? Anything else interesting happened over the weekend for you guys? As I read your stuff. Catch up on here. Boop, boop, boop. So I've been doing good. Can't explain what I've been doing. So, if you guys had anything else that is super interesting, let me know. I'll be all ears for the next 10 minutes or so. Let's see. I'm excited you guys helped me with that poll there. I really like that. Doing good? Awesome. Boop, boop, boop. Boop, boop, boop. Boop, boop, boop. Boop, boop, boop. Yeah, a lot of words here. Check up on here. Yeah. Yeah, actually, internet safety was like something we actually talked about for about 10 minutes in like one of my junior high classes, and then never again. Basically, like the teacher gave us like a worksheet or like one of those papers, you know, and it was like, here's the do's and don'ts of like being on the internet, you know, and I was like, yeah, don't click on links, don't have your real name, don't say hello, ASL, here I am, check me out, I'm gonna go to 4chan and say ASL and completely tell you where I live. It's like, no, don't do that, seriously, kind of stuff, of like real internet stuff. It's like, cool, okay, now we're gonna, you know, talk about math. And it's like, okay, you know, completely sidetrack you, and it's like by the end you completely forget about it. But it's just like so sticked up in my mind. It's like, wait a minute, this is extremely pertinent to living outside of school, and it's like we got one paper out of my entire, you know, school learning, you know, and it's like, wait a minute. Besides death and taxes, I mean, being on the internet is now our new normal of like, this is what we got to live with now. So it's like, why do we only learn about it for like 10 minutes? You know, and a silent reading where it's just like, here's paper, read it, kind of a form. Yeah, so that was really out of the blue kind of a thing. It was like, oh, okay. I doubt it. I still have it. Anywhere with me. Yeah. Exactly. Yeah. It's obviously Seattle is more of a easier, same as how Detroit is, where it's kind of like an easier, like, oh, okay, everyone's heard of Seattle somewhat more than Issaquah, Kirkland, Snohomish, Tacoma, Leavenworth, Spokane, Yakima. You know, these are all like they're all like Indian or Native American tribal names. So I'm in Seattle, so I was like, yeah, doubt you heard of any of those. Pullman, Yemen, Yemen. No, Yemen's actually a country. I'm thinking of something else. Forks, spelled the same way. Forks. That's a real place. Ding. I can't wink. Wenatchee. So we got a whole bunch of those. So out of all those, if you heard of Seattle, that's, you know, that's why we only say that. Because, like, I doubt you heard of the other ones anyway. So it just in general conversation is like, oh, where do you live? Oh, Seattle. So it's like, okay, I know where you live in a general broad sense rather than one 27, you know. I try to not actually think of it. Sounds completely off. Yeah. So that's the point of that. Let's see. Sorry about that. I think the 4155, I think the main 6, wasn't it main 5 now? Are coming back. What? Oh, okay, I get you. Are coming back. Okay. Because I saw it on Instagram, I read wrong. I mean, they were in the opening first minute, so maybe. That would be interesting. They definitely had the concept art for the main 6 in 3D. So maybe, you know, they just clean up their assets, or, you know, I don't know how hard it is to realistically add different wigs to their established main mare base, you know, and just add it on. We'll have to see. You know, speculation is some metaphor for, you know, what sets you up for being too high expectations that when it actually comes out, you're like, oh, that's not exactly what my headcanon was. And then you get a, you know, if it was a really, really objectively good movie, but if you had high standards for it, then you're going to be let down. So that's what I'm going to say, is that don't be don't be expecting too much out of all this kind of stuff, you know. I mean, did we really expect the main 6 to be in G5 movie to begin with? Maybe, but if you didn't expect it, then you'd be, you know, surprised, you know, by that. So stuff like that, just stop being speculative so hard that if it doesn't happen, that you get upset. That's the big thing, you know. So does Forks have roads, or do you always split? Okay. Was Forks where there's the Twilight movies, the vampire book movies, was definitely filmed in Washington. I think they were actually filmed in Forks. Someone could probably help me with that. Where was Twilight filmed? Was it filmed in Oregon? Someone, serious does Vancouver. Famous locations, Twilight Saga wiki, of course. Alaska, DC, Brazil. Ooh. Additional. Because remember we had like a big to do about that. That's like, whoa, they're right here. So maybe just like one scene or something. Maybe like one of her houses or something. Because remember that being a big thing. Forks Ice. Oh, there we go. I missed it. Veronica, Oregon, aka Forks, Washington. Much of the filming of Forks was actually set in Oregon. What? Interesting. Might have to research this a little bit more. Film Forks. Okay. The film and books are set in Forks, Washington, but the film was largely filmed around Oregon. Only a few parts of the film Washington and California has been depicted. Major filming of the town Forks was actually done in Oregon. Oh, come on. Anyway, I thought we had this big museum in Forks. I was like, look, it's the real Twilight house or something. Don't be giving this. Come on. Now I'm slightly upset, man. Come on. Boop boop. They get a 40-minute special release May 2022. In May? Oh, that's actually pretty quick. That'd be like 7 months since the, well, when did G5 movie came out in September, right? So May's 5, September's 9, 10, 11, 12, 5, 13. No. 1, 2, 3 plus 5. 8? Huh. 8 months. That's actually pretty good. That actually makes sense. Pretty good spring Q2. All right. I think so. I wouldn't put it doubt it. Wouldn't put it past them to do something like that. May sounds pretty good. But yeah, we'll just see. Obviously, everything's in flux. With everything's kind of going on now. So yeah, put a pin in it for that date. But it could definitely at any point just kind of quickly just go to next year or next year. 23 for all we know. So. The same again. It's like it's just maybe for May, but that'd be a good rough maybe point. But I wouldn't put like all my I wouldn't set up a viewing party for that date. So let's see. They filmed and then go be able to really need to stay. And buried forever, like ET. I think I actually have ET for the 2600. I think I played it myself, yeah. So, yeah, it's not great. Yeah. It's not one of them that were actually in the desert. It was, I think my dad actually bought it. I think he was actually was like, hey, it's ET. That's cool. And then just bought it. I was like, hey, he's a cool kids movie. Yeah, and everyone was like, yeah, E.T. Woo! Yeah. That's incredible. I'm still there's Twilight Forks house. Okay, is there a what is it? ABRB? What is it? Where BRB? What's the bed and breakfast? What is that? Is that what it is? I should put this on. Yeah. So you can. Boop. Yep. There you go. There you go. Now you can stay at Bella Swan's house from Twilight. There you go. So it's in Oregon. Come on. That's the house in the movie. I guess must have found one. Look at all this. Am I getting a copyright for all these Twilight pictures? Huh. Oh yeah, this is what I saw. It was like they had a cutout standees of these of the actors. Yeah, there you go. So you can sleep at a B&B with this guy. There you go. I think Ellie did that. I think she's 15 months. Awesome. Let's see. I think Elijah was talking about other stuff earlier. I appreciate it. Anyway, yeah. I remember seeing an Evening Magazine, which is like a local news TV show, where it centers around interesting happenings around Seattle. I remember being watching a news article about one of these. So I remember this. So I must have got confused of that. Well, I guess I never watched Twilight in the first place, so I just got confused of. I was thinking like this is where they filmed the movie, but it's like this is some. Where actually is this? Let me go back up. Airbnb. Okay. Twilight was filmed on location inside this house in 2008. Never told me the fans. It's like, where is this? The best was supposed to be fixed, but the real house is in Oregon. Okay. So maybe I'm more confused. I don't know. Where is this? Okay, so this was a filming location in Oregon, but now it looks like this. But then they're also saying that this is supposedly set in Forks, but it was actually Oregon, which, to be fair, does kind of look the same. So, yeah. I'm just going past. I'm kind of not interested in this now. Ah, man. Ah, dominoes. Where is the Twilight House in Forks? Bella's house is located in Oregon. Well, if you live in Oregon, there you go. Hope you have fun with that. Alright. Well then, probably should wrap up after this. Sorry about that. Man, that's confusing. Okay, I gotta stop this. Okay, here we go. I appreciate it, Elijah. You made a very nice observation and connected it to what we're talking about. It just kind of gets a little annoying when it's like, yeah, if it's the only thing you're gonna talk about, then it's like, there's only so much that I can reply back to it as well. That's like, okay, on my end, it's like okay. Like if we already had this conversation, 2 or 3 times, then it's like, okay, I'm forgetting more and more of this movie as we go along as well. So it's kind of like, okay. That's not an issue with that. But thank you, though. I do appreciate it, but yeah, to keep the conversation going, probably need to think of something else. Brighten the horizon. You did talk about the G5 movies. That's probably good, but that's also speculative stuff so as well. So it's hit and miss. Yeah, we'll see. I'll wrap up. Thank you guys so much. I know we're back. It was a very nice Thanksgiving, and I'm now working myself to the bone with all this whole bunch of different projects I'm working on. But I guess just trying to catch up on the projects that I have more realistically. So yeah, what am I working on? I'm working on the movie. Working on Midnight Mariners. That's a big thing, and doing the stream stuff, and now I guess doing the stream stuff off stream now. Trying to figure all this out. I'll definitely spend some time trying to figure out how to get the elbows to work. Yeah, each of those take like they're very, very large in scope, because obviously even this 1 minute Paper Derpy movie in chapter 6, it's already taken like 2 or 3 months now, so I'm still not done with the 3D models, so it's just a lot. It's just set dressing and adding a lot more smaller details, and I like to work on a macro scale first, so like here's the entire scope of what I want, and then add the largest feature, add some secondary stuff, and then keep moving smaller different details. So it's just like with each step, it's like, okay, first I made this giant thing, and now I gotta make that look nice with a whole bunch of little tiny little things. So it exponentially gets more and more complicated as well, because like each tiny thing needs to have like several different alternatives, otherwise it looks like the same copy-pasted asset over and over. So it's like each one has to be individually crafted, and there's a whole bunch of them. So we'll see. So but that's going good. I feel like I might be able to again finish that by the end of the week, and then be able to work on revising the storyboards, because now my 3D models were made after I made up the story, so it's like I have to go back to the storyboard to make that look similar. Make sure it makes sense 3D space-wise now, and get that going and animate it. And I almost said spoilers, so we'll just end it there. Got myself. Alrighty. Yeah, so I'll wrap it up before I can say anything more. Thank you guys so much. Yeah, we'll be back on this Thursday, so back on regular schedule again for the foreseeable future. Who knows? Maybe by next year, I'll reconsider and reevaluate things. Maybe think about Twitch again, or find ways to maybe not do these weird off the wall kind of streams, where it's like, let's try something new, and then fail at it for an hour. It would be nice to work on a movie during these streams, make it work and productive for my channel worth stuff. So that's why I want to do it on Twitch, because I know at least for right now my audience is very, very low. So that's gonna work out pretty well. Just have to work with spoilers, but I guess there's probably a way to say, like, on Twitch, you know, say like, hey, I have a spoilers or something. That might work. But yeah, that's part of the reevaluation. So I'll do that for our new year and figure that out. Go from there. So for December, for right now, it's gonna be work on this with the 3D Derpy animation, Prosper 2. Thank you for that. And then see from there. Until then, yeah, thank you guys. Let's see. Okay, just wanted to catch up on that. Thank you. Yep, see you on Thursday. Thank you guys. Alrighty, bye bye. Yay. Boop boop boop.